All right. In 3, 2, 1. Bro, Joshua freaking Kazam, my very good friend. Dude, I'm so excited to have. First of all, this is weird because we were talking about this a few minutes before. Because this podcast, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit different today because we're talking about a good chunk of fantasy football because this is my first year ever playing fantasy football, and this year it's super weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know how to do anything. and you're
I'm here to carry.
yeah, and you're a vet. So hopefully you can help me out, and hopefully I can walk away with some money this first ever fantasy because you're in a couple of different leagues, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to be in 3, but I'm in 2, and then
That's so
I've
insane
been
to me.
I've been playing since I was 12, and then the highest ever reach on like CBS had like anyone in the world can play, and the highest I ever got was 52 in the world for fantasy, and you have to pick your lineups weekly.
Holy
So
shit! I didn't
I'm not
know
trying to
that.
flex on them a little bit, but I was saving that one for that when we actually started recording.
For
so
the air. Dude,
yeah,
have you ever tried playing fantasy baseball? Because I heard that shit is a nightmare.
it's way too hard unless like you have a job that you can be on your phone constantly and know when to swap I did it for one season,
Really?
and
I bet.
it's 160 games.
I know,
Like
dude. It's crazy.
it's 160 games. It's impossible. Like I play DraftKings too, so I put money into that, and I do my lineups, and I lose so hard on basketball. I'm done. I'm not picking up basketball anymore. I'm not.
Really?
Dude, it's bad. I've lost so much money on basketball.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I didn't know that you got into it basketball wise.
yeah, because I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna pick Giannis tonight against like I don't know some high school team, and he shoots like 6 points and doesn't do anything, and I'm
And
like, all
then
right,
gets
I'm just not
hurt.
meant for this. Yeah, gets hurt or has COVID or something.
That was my biggest fear is in this because I ended up with this draft. I ended up getting like number 1 pick, and everyone
Yeah,
was telling me, dude, you gotta go Christian McCaffrey. Like you have to. Like
you have to. Yeah,
he single handedly carries leagues and
yeah.
or carries teams, and I got him, but without a doubt, he breaks his leg or gets COVID. Remember this
First,
tweet.
I can
First
see you
snap
get
of the
first pick
season.
and you're searching for players like RUSSELWIL. It's like, no!
DK Metcalf. How do I get him? Yeah.
First pick overall. Yep.
I was like, when we were going into it before, everybody was like trying to talk me into it because I wasn't gonna do it. I was so annoyed with how much people were like, dude, you gotta try play fantasy with us this year. You gotta whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, my my entire roster is gonna look like it's gonna be the fucking Seattle Seahawks entire offense. That's what it's gonna be. So because that's all I care about. That's all I know. And
Yeah,
Trey
it
was like,
happens.
dude, you can't do that. Don't do that. You gotta just pick a couple Seahawks people if you want to, and then play with your brain, not with your heart. And I didn't
What
get, I
does
didn't
Trey
get I
know?
didn't get a single Seahawks player, not a single one. Feels weird.
I didn't
champ.
draft any Chiefs players, both my leagues.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't draft any of them because they all went top 3. The relevant ones, like
Mm.
Sammy Watkins went off Thursday night, but I'm not gonna
Yeah, you
go
did.
out and get Sammy. Like McCole Hardman, like didn't even see the field.
True.
So it's pretty much like if you didn't have Mahomes, Kelsey, or Tyreek.
Guess who had
I mean,
Kelsey?
yeah,
Let's get
he
it.
went off too.
Yeah, he did. He got me like 14 points, I think. Which I don't
I
know
forgot.
if it's good or not, but
I forgot the predictions I sent you. I
I
gotta
don't
see if
remember
he
it either.
actually got it. I think I said 87 yards and a touchdown.
I think he said 75 yards and a touchdown. But what do actually I know? He was projected for
He had
14.
50 yards.
Oh, damn. He was projected
He had
for
50 yards and a touchdown.
14.1 points, and he ended up getting 14. How do you get
Hey,
14.1?
there's some smart guys in Vegas.
I guess so, dude. Holy shit.
They don't hire dumb people, man. But like
Is that what this is all based
people,
off of? Vegas?
Vegas is like the hub for pretty much any sports statistic. Like Vegas hires like, high level statistic guys, like PhD type like
Holy
math people,
shit.
because they got to protect the house. So
Bro.
fantasy football usually reflects what's being betted on over unders for actual football games. So like if they're gonna say like, Kelsey's probably gonna get this, this, and this. I mean, they're going off the past 4 years of what he's done and saying like, because that goes into like DraftKings, that goes into like gambling,
Yeah, that's
because you
true.
can bet on anything. People bet on coin flips for the Super Bowl. So like,
I've seen people bet on golf games on who gets to the tee box first.
yeah, that's awesome.
And that
Like
to
how many
me,
practice swings?
dude, that to me is so scary, bro. Like
It's so funny.
I could never be like, all right, I think he's gonna take 8 practice swings here. And I'm gonna put $5,000 on it. That shit is so insane to me. I can't. Even this dropping 50, because this league's only $50 to get in. But even dropping $50 on this and not knowing what the hell's going on, I'm like scared. Excuse me, actually.
Yeah, we had a kid in our league that, I don't know if he ever played before or what, but he took some pretty bad picks, and I muted my mic when I laughed. And I just said, "Hey man, good pick. It's all right, dude."
Kicker, first round. Here we go.
That's all right. Yeah, I'll just come back and take the better player. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you a lot.
Yep.
Dude, Bex was telling me, he was like, dude, you should just go in here and just meme and just pick kickers, pick your defense first, pick your kickers first, and then pick like random ass people that you've never heard of just for fun.
Yeah, just throw away $50.
Yeah, that's what I said. I like, yeah, man, let me just toss this 50 spot.
Some leagues, in one of my leagues, if you have the worst record, you get like some sort of money.
Oh, really?
Like if you win 0 games,
They give
but
you
you have to like, yeah, you get like $20 or something.
I think I don't remember exactly, but I think it's like first place in our league gets like $300, $350 or something like that, and then second place gets $150, and then third place you get your money back. So I'm shooting for third place right now.
Yeah, get the free round next year.
Yeah, we'll figure this out this year somewhat. All right, well let's get into it. So I don't know what I'm doing. You know way more than me here.
Okay.
What the fuck are we looking at?
So you said you had the first overall pick.
Correct.
So first, I would like to break down your draft because I'm interested on
Oh boy.
what and when you took Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
This will be so you took Christian McCaffrey, you came back, and then you had 2 picks.
Correct.
So who'd you take second and third round?
I took Travis Kelce and then Chris Godwin. I ended up taking Leonard late, I believe.
Okay, that's good.
Like really late. Like I know it was probably before the round right before I took the Buccaneers and my kicker. I want to say that. And I think the only reason why I picked him is because I just recently saw where he went to Tampa. And I was like, oh, okay, he might get some goodies there.
He went to Tampa, and then Bruce Arians came out and said that Ronald Jones Jr. is their guy. So
right.
Fournette is like in a weird shared background thing, but they still like Jones Jr. more. Okay. And that's kind of the same thing with like your Philip Lindsay situation. Like Denver loves Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like I stayed away from those 2 guys like specifically my whole draft.
Really?
Yeah, because it's such a weird backfield. Same thing with like the James White situation.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 3 running backs there. So
fuck, dude.
And you can blame that all on the 49ers. Like I took Raheem Mostert because he's head and shoulders better than anyone in that backfield to me. But 49ers started this 3 running back combo thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's doing it. Like the Rams, the Patriots, Tampa Bay's doing it. Like, it's exhausting. I like running backs with high volume.
Okay.
So like I have like James Conner. He's the only guy that's getting the ball there. You know,
Okay.
stuff like that. But for the most part, like your team looks okay. I like Matt Ryan this year.
Yeah,
I have him
I was
too.
excited to get him because it was between the guys there was like 3 dudes left, and it was notable people. It was like Cam, Matt, and Ben Roethlisberger. So I ended up going with Matt.
Okay. So Zigbo and Armstead we can drop from your team today if you want to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How do I do that?
So Zigbo is on the IR. He's not going to play.
Okay.
And Armstead has COVID again. So.
Oh, he's got it twice, huh?
Yeah. So what we can do is if you want to go to players and like add players, you can see like the free agents. So like. Yeah. So.
Oh shit.
So
Adrian
AP
Peter.
got traded to Detroit. I don't really like him too much.
I heard that he was going to be getting all the playtime there.
It's so DeAndre Swift is going to come back eventually. And probably by like week 4 to week 6. And once he gets on the field, it's going to be like pretty much over because they took him so high in the draft.
Why is he out? COVID?
Swift? No, he hurt himself in training camp.
Oh, okay.
So Tony Pollard's the best handcuff. So like in fantasy, you have things called handcuffs.
Okay.
Where Zeke is a start running back at Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
If you handcuff, his handcuff is Tony Pollard. So Zeke goes down, Tony Pollard's the new Zeke. He's in every play.
Okay.
So for me, like I took Latavius Murray and Alexander Madison because they're Kamara and Dalvin Cook's backups.
Okay.
So if they go down, I have the new Dalvin Cook and the new Kamara.
Okay.
Maybe not that talent, but in that position.
Okay.
So if for now on this, your league specifically, it looks like y'all have a lot of depth at quarterback. So you have a ton of quarterbacks, but if you just wanted to drop one of those guys, like a Zigbo, that's on the IR, and pick up Pollard just in case Zeke gets hurt, you'll have another handcuff.
I'm down with that. How do I drop my?
You just click add on
Tony?
and then it should say like what player.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can drop
Zigbo.
Yeah. Because I forget his name, but I picked him up. He's like the clear starter in Jacksonville.
Okay.
That the coach said. Dang it.
And so we're going to now get rid of Armstead as well.
We can, but we can find so James Robinson, he's the starting back in Jacksonville right now.
Okay.
But we can look at more players if you want to, yeah, because I don't like Armstead and he also looks like you got Gesicki. Yeah, he's good too. That's a good backup.
Okay.
Mike Gesicki. Okay.
Damn, we got some games tomorrow.
Yeah, we do.
Wow, I'm excited actually. Holy shit.
A tough one for me is like what's interesting is starting Marquise Brown or Stephon Diggs. Because Stephon Diggs, like he's projected more, but like Buffalo's never really been like a throwing team, and Marquise Brown is Lamar Jackson's number 1 receiver.
True.
But I mean, he's Josh Allen's number 1 receiver, but that's kind of like something personally you'd want to do with your team. I know that Cleveland's defense has had a ton of injuries. So they have like 4 of their starters out or something like that. So they're expecting Lamar to just like kill Cleveland tomorrow.
Okay.
Um,
So you think it's worth the swap out, or is there somebody like? I mean, I don't want to take out Chris Godwin, right?
you're in a full PPR league, so in my
Correct.
opinion, I'm not a Philip Lindsay fan. I
Okay.
think Melvin Gordon's going to run the ball all
Okay.
game. And if the only thing Philip Lindsay has attracted to him is that he's a one-touch point machine. So possible 95-yard touchdown stuff because he's so fast.
Right.
Like once he gets open space, he's gone.
Right.
But I would be more interested in putting Marquise Brown where Philip Lindsay is
Okay. Let's do
in
it.
the flex because if it wasn't full PPR, I'd say no because that's the whole point is like catching the ball.
Right.
Um, I honestly think your lineup looks pretty good. Let's go look at defenses.
Okay. So
Uh,
good.
yeah, players, add players. They count as a player,
Okay.
and then you can click like D/ST on top just to like pull up the defenses. So like what I do for fantasy, I draft a defense last round every year
Okay.
because I stream defenses. I just pick the defense that's playing the worst team in football that week.
Okay. So you just like you
So
move them in and out.
I'll draft one defense because I have to, and
Yeah.
if it's like a good one, I'll stash it for the most part if I need to. But like this week, I took Indy's defense because they're playing the Jaguars, and in my head, whoever's playing Jacksonville this year, I'm taking their defense because it's like I don't even know if that team's gonna win a game. If they win more than 3 games, I'll be very surprised. So
Damn,
the
you
Bucks,
heard it here first, dude.
yeah, I don't think Jacksonville wins more than 3 games. But if that does not mean if you're listening to this and you have DJ Chark sit on DJ Chark's a beast, he can still fantasy doesn't relate to real football.
Right.
Like last year,
course.
Jameis Winston was one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. For me, he almost won me my league because for some reason my league didn't count interceptions as negative.
Damn.
So
So you
Jameis
popped
pretty
off.
much, yeah. So he threw 30 touchdowns in my head. But like, if you look at these defenses, like, let's see. So who's a terrible team? Dang, all these defenses are actually playing pretty good teams this
Yeah, I
weekend.
know. That's what I was just looking at too. I mean Cincinnati. Yeah, how do you think Cincinnati's gonna be with Joe?
I mean that's like pretty unpredictable. So your team's the Bucks and they're playing. Who are they playing week 1?
They're playing New Orleans.
Yeah, they're playing New Orleans. So New Orleans is gonna move the ball and score.
right.
Like maybe you could swap out a defense that could squeeze you. I mean, it's small, but sometimes
Right.
you win fantasy games by a point. I've won fantasy games by a fourth quarter interception.
Damn.
You never know. So I would rather personally have the Chargers against Cincinnati than the Bucks against New Orleans.
Okay.
High-powered Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara,
Yeah.
Emmanuel Sanders, Drew Brees offense, and
Yeah.
Jared Cook. Then
Now what about Lions? The Lions playing Chicago at home.
that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't see that one.
I might swap that one out. I think I'm gonna do
And that's
that.
at home, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at Detroit.
Against Trubisky. I don't think David Montgomery's playing either
Okay. Well,
for the Bears. So yeah, it's up to you.
let's
That's a
swap
good
this
pick.
bad boy out here.
So you can either drop it for your Bucks defense unless you really like that Bucks D, or drop it for you can have 2 defenses. So
I think I'm gonna drop this for right now.
yeah.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah, either one's cool. I mean, I don't think anyone in your league's like, oh my gosh, the Bucks defense, and they pick them up. You know, like no one's drilling over defenses this year unless it's like the Ravens,
Right.
maybe. Like I've never got people that like freak out about defenses.
All right. So what should I
Okay.
do about Leonard Fournette here?
Man,
Should we
I
move?
wish you would have told me. I would have been like, dude, go, turn starboard, throw the wheel starboard, just steer clear. Man, it's like I would almost rather have Philip Lindsay
Really?
as
Then
your RB2 than Fournette,
really?
because once again, PPR league, Lindsay catches the ball. He has that home run
know.
capability. So, me personally, like, I'd be flirting with the idea of Philip Lindsay starting over Fournette,
Okay.
and Philly's playing Tennessee's defense, which they're not awful. They're usually like close in the game. That's why like Derrick Henry can run the ball so much and they
I
don't freak out
know.
about it.
Yeah,
But that New Orleans defense is so good
I know.
too. It's like it's two like glass cannons playing each other in that game, like Tampa Bay and New Orleans. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
that's.
there's gonna be a lot more throwing.
I'm so excited to watch that game, dude. I think it's
That's
gonna
gonna
be.
be a good game.
I think that's gonna be a great game, especially seeing. I mean, we're talking about TB12 Gronk's there, Mike Evans, dude, Chris Godwin. I think that's gonna be a damn fun game to watch. I'm very excited for tomorrow.
It's like watching a game in 2010.
Right.
It's like it's like rewinding time. Like
Yarsniff, what?
James White, I'm not too sure of. I just hate that backfield. I hate everything about New England this year.
Really? Why?
It's like Cam Newton, like this. They're probably gonna. Someone's got to tank for Trevor Lawrence next year
Mm-hmm.
for quarterback in the draft. So I don't know if Bill Belichick's a tanker, but like, why would he take Cam Newton? Like, it's the opposite play style of everything he does. He has 3 running backs now. Like, is this like a running team this year? I don't know. Like, I have no idea what New England's doing. Not 7 of their starters on defense sat out, opted out for COVID. The only person that stayed was Gilmore, that lockdown cornerback.
Yeah.
Or no, is it Gilmore? The guy with the dreads. Anyway, he's really good. Yeah. So I would either start, unless you like James White or Philip Lindsay over Fournette for your RB2.
Let's go. I mean, Tennessee. The way I look at it is Tennessee defense or Miami defense.
Yeah, that is a good point as well.
I mean, like
Miami's defense is
a little on the lacking side.
Yeah. So this is, as a manager, this is where you make your decisions. So
I think I'm gonna give James White a try, and
there you go.
then I'll also keep an eye on Philip Lindsay, and then when inevitably, with my luck, he pops the fuck off and he gets like 40 points somehow, I'll end up switching him out tomorrow or next week.
I do like your lineup a lot more now. I think it's more. You have more volume now. You have more like. It's everything to win fantasy. It's all about volume and like dependency. Like Marquise Brown is dependent. He's going to be your wide receiver 1 in Baltimore. Like Kelsey, Stephon Diggs, he's projected the wide receiver 1. Like
Right.
Chris Godwin, potential. I'm a big Godwin fan. I have him on my team. I think he's going to move into that wide receiver 1 because Mike Evans has soft tissue damage. They don't know if Evans is going to be on a snap count or not. And soft tissue damage usually means they're out, like they're on a snap count all year.
Damn. Okay.
Because that's what my guy. I'm a truther for Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders has the potential to be another CMC. It's just he's got this weird soft tissue damage injury, and they haven't been playing him a lot. So, but I want to. Who's your matchup first week? Can you show like?
Yeah. This one next matchup.
No, your current one, because you're up 14. So Idiotsville versus Face Full of Gooch.
Okay.
So Jerry Jeudy. I'm not gonna give any advice on this one. I was gonna see who he's playing. I just give like terrible advice. Yeah, put Michael Pittman Jr. in for yeah in your flex. Okay. Does it show the like so like on mine I have Yahoo, so this is a little bit different, but it'll show like what the projected points are supposed to be, like you and him on the
Projections?
no, it'll show like your team and then like his team right by each other, and then it should show like who should score more points.
You think that's
But if
under
you can't,
my league or league home?
it should be on. Yeah, I don't know. I've never done ESPN.
Wait, what are you
I've
on?
Yahoo.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, Yahoo's where it's at. Yahoo has like so much more stuff than ESPN, from what I can see.
Really?
Yeah. No, I've done ESPN. I did it one time last year on that league I was supposed to be in, and I didn't like it. That's why I know I don't like it.
This one says totals 101 down below here.
His total.
Right. And then
Okay.
my total is 114.
Hey, let's get it, baby.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Little swapping.
Yeah, I love it.
In the total, look, and it'll see ESPN, it looks like it has an over-under percentage calculator to the right in the second column of like 0.1.
Yes.
In the green, like 0.2.
Yeah.
Those, obviously, green is good.
Yeah.
So if you hover over it, it'll show you what it means. So like change in
percentage rostered or
yeah. So
rostered?
it's a trend. So pick up on good trends. If you hover over Fournette's, he's minus
2.4.
2.4. So usually like trends, like it's kind of like stocks. You want to pick up, drop certain players.
Mhm.
Deshaun Jackson, everyone loves him. I can't stand him. He gets one injury and he's done for the year. And
Yeah.
I don't think he's the same Deshaun Jackson of like 2000, and I feel like he's been in the league since I was like a child.
Dude,
so I don't know.
I still remember.
Like,
I still remember the day that he ran back the punt, and the next day they fired the New York Giants punter for kicking it to him.
Yeah,
that was a crazy.
That was
game.
like an OG game.
Yeah, that was like 2009.
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy.
I want to look at. Okay, so your tight ends are good. You have Kelsey and Gesicki. Okay, your running backs are decent. I'd like to look at some like free agent wide receivers, like on your players.
Add players?
Yeah.
All right.
This shows like all free agents, so it'll show everyone that's open.
Dude,
Antonio Brown's there.
Shit, hey. Dude, we're about to pick him up.
All right. So, dang, I forgot. Full PPR, they probably chewed up receivers.
Oh my
in your
god,
draft.
dude, that's all everyone was taking. That's all literally everyone. It was all wide receivers, bro. All of them.
Yeah. It's kind of these are kind of yours are fine compared to these. These are like
like you're really hurting.
Yeah, I don't see anyone on here that I would swap your team out for.
Okay.
Because I want to do something with a Zigbo, or not a Zigbo, Armstead.
Yeah.
Because he kind of seems like he's taking up a spot. So
I'm in agreement with that.
So you could try to find like
he's a running back.
take. Yeah, so you could try to find another handcuff, like, because it's people think it's like trolling, like, dude, you took my backup running backs, like, whatever. I'm like, dude, if they get hurt, like, I don't care if they're wasting a spot on my bench. Like, that's a starting running back in the NFL. Like, those are not easy to come by.
Right. Damn, you see AP with the negative 17.4 here?
Yeah, because he's not gonna do anything there.
Damn.
Like, Zigbo's up. I don't know why. Like, they already said who he's like. He's gonna come back, but I don't see the upside to that. Like, Jacksonville's gonna be down every game, so you have to throw the ball. We're gonna do hand off the ball when you're down like 21-10,
right.
21-7.
Right. Dude, my man Frank Gore's on this list. God damn, dude, he's been in the league for like a decade.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
Like his son's about to be in the league.
So, all right. There's a couple guys on this list. So, Brian Hill's one. Brian
Okay.
Hill is Todd Gurley's backup.
Hmm.
We know Todd Gurley in his arthritis, degenerative knee.
Right.
He only has a certain amount of snaps, and they've already came out and said that he's only going to have a certain amount of snaps.
Okay.
So, one wrong hit to that knee, one tweak wrong, he can't rehabilitate. I think he's one knee injury away from him just being out of the NFL.
Really?
Unfortunately, I don't pray for that to happen to guys. Like I hate seeing that happen, but it's all in the open now that Todd Gurley's knee is not. It's terrible. Like
Right. Damn.
it's degrading. It's so he's the handcuff for Gurley. Another handcuff is Gus Edwards for the for Baltimore. He's a little bit lower. He is he's the yeah, go a little up.
Let's miss it.
Yeah, go down. He's right under Brian
Oh, there he is.
Hill.
Okay, I got him.
Yeah.
Got him.
So
God.
Gus Edwards is sharing time with
Marking-
J.K. Dobbins.
Oh shit, never mind.
Well, so they have like J.K. Dobbins, Mark Ingram, and
Right.
Gus Edwards,
Right.
and they love J.K. Dobbins. So like Gus Edwards has been kind of like pushed off to the side as the RB3, but that's just someone else I've seen. I'm not too big on him, but it's just kind of like whatever you'd want to do. And
I liked the Brian Hill chat that we just had. That made me feel pretty good. But what else were you about to say?
Brian Hill, and you can go Malcolm Brown or Rex Burkhead, because Rex Burkhead's in that weird New England backfield too. But you already have James White, so
right.
unless you wanted to handcuff yourself, which is normal. I mean, I handcuff myself with Latavius Murray.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of just like these guys that could play, and it's better than just having a guy that won't play.
Yeah.
The best, the guy that has the best chance to play right now out of this whole group of just misfits is probably Malcolm Brown for the Rams, because he's with Cam Akers, a rookie.
Okay.
And they're doing that weird backfield thing too. So
I'm between Brian Hill and Malcolm Brown.
Yeah.
And it's looking like
Malcolm Brown you'll actually see on TV this weekend.
Right.
If you want that instant satisfaction. But Brian Hill could be that guy that starts for the Falcons when Gurley goes down too. So
I'm so torn because dude, Gurley is a fucking monster, bro.
Yeah. He's a beast.
I can't believe I just can't imagine him. I can't imagine him getting hurt to begin with. But just the fact that like, God, he's such a monster, bro.
Yeah, he's super good, but I've never drafted him. I've always stayed away from him because when he played at Georgia in college, it was there too. It's just some like genetic thing he has, like that's been happening to him since he was a teenager. So
all right,
you hate to see it, but Malcolm Brown will probably be on the field, but you probably won't see Brian Hill for a while. Brian Hill's more of a stash.
I think I'm gonna go with old Malcolm Brown here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna trade that for
COVID.
For
COVID.
All right. We got
and
Malcolm
do you
Brown
like Cam Newton as your backup?
I do, but only because of all the shit I've been hearing about him. You know, about like I hear Belichick being like, dude, he's the GOAT, bro. Like he's the next guy.
Yeah, he likes him.
So I mean I like that. Yeah, I like that aspect of things, but whether or not that's actually going to be like a
True.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. Belichick is smart, bro.
Yeah, he's
So
insane.
maybe
He's the best coach in football history.
maybe it is one of those things where they're planning on tanking or something like that. I don't know. And he's just talking shit.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
But
yeah.
I like I like this. I've kind of dominated the conversation, but
No, I like it because I have no I dude, this is so much insight for me. This is crazy. I'm soaking it all in.
yeah. So would you want me to like do your team and like do a list of like for your league as a whole, or like am I just like your special guy plus
yes.
like a big fantasy thing
Yeah.
for the week, or
Are you talking
what?
about like looking at other people's other people's teams and
No,
being
not
like,
other people's teams, but just being like, hey, this is my sleeper pick of the week,
"Fuck
and
yeah. Yeah, that's what I want."
and then some guy in your league's like, huh, okay, and I don't know who has what on your team, so you could say that too. Like
Right.
I can, you know, unless they're playing you, then but whatever. But I can just be like, sleeper pick of the week is XYZ, Y, like boomer bust, start sit,
Right.
like
No,
uh
I think whatever I think that while we have like these conversations that we're having right now, by the time that it comes out, everything will already be picked and already be in place. So it's not like anybody from my league can watch this and go, "Oh shit, let me try and grab this person or whatever," because hopefully I'll have already got him. You know what I'm saying?
okay, yeah, because I wanted it to make it like help you out, but also like do fun projections, and I didn't
Yeah.
know if you were gonna download it like right before kickoff so people will see it, or like because after then the projections mean nothing if
Right.
I don't.
Right. Like no, well, I'm going to put all of this so like we're recording this on Saturday at 3 p.m. This will probably go up tomorrow morning or even late this evening.
Yeah.
So I may just have this out there in the evening tonight just to have out for content to be out
Mm-hmm.
and whether or not those people that are in my league want to listen to this or not, I don't know. And maybe you're helping.
Yeah.
Maybe you're helping other people out that are watching this right now, and who are also kind of struggling and have their own mindsets. And maybe you're the reassuring factor that they needed.
Yeah. I just enjoy doing this, and I don't know if a lot of people will tune in, but I'd like to
Uh,
help people
the
in the league with it. So
the thing about this is for me is it's all new.
yeah.
So for me right now, I am loving this. So like if I post this and this gets no views, nobody fucking listens to it whatsoever, which is
Cool guy. Yeah,
Woo!
0 picks.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm having fun. Like I
Yeah.
don't care about it. I'm having fun. I think this is rad to like try and like I love because you have way more knowledge in this than I do and way more experience in playing and being in fantasy. And for me being first year, first draft, I'm fucking soaking all this in, bro. Like I plan on if this is something that I continue with and continue doing in the future, like I want this to be a regular thing because I think this is rad. And
Yeah.
eventually it'll be a lot less one-sided of me just being like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, tell me more. And it'll be hopefully after more experience, I can be like, okay, well, here's what I think based off of what you
Yeah.
just said. But like right
Like
now, I don't.
bouncing back.
Right, but right now I don't have that info. I don't have that. I don't have that ability to say anything like that. So it's I'm soaking it in. I'm listening to whatever you say because I essentially
Yeah.
I essentially let chat pick my my draft.
For it being chat, they didn't screw you over too bad.
I know. I thought so.
I wish I was there. I really wish I was there.
I wish you were too, because
Yeah.
I would have just jumped in a call with you, and
Yeah.
like next time I may just jump in a call with you and just be like, all right, let's run through this. Who am I gonna pick? What are we doing? Like I'm just going off of whatever Josh's
Yeah.
picks for the week.
Yeah.
No, but I'm hyped about this team. I'm feeling good. Is there anybody
Yeah.
else that I need to look at, move around?
So I mean I honestly like it. I don't know why the trend for Deshaun so high? I mean, I guess they mean percentage as in rostered, as in like rostered just on your team, not rostered as in you're starting. And I think he recently was like, yeah, I'm like 100%, and like me and Carson Wentz love each other, and
Right.
yeah, a lot of people love Deshaun Jackson, and that's what happens to a lot of. This is another topic, is people really fall in love with the nostalgic value of players. So, for people that are old enough, like okay, so I'll use one now, like Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Like some people are like, dude, it's Adrian Peterson. That's AP all day. Like it's not the same guy. Or
Right.
like, uh, granted, this is after the game, but I've been dogging David Johnson all year for the Texans, and didn't. I think he had a decent game, but I still don't think he's gonna have the bounce back year because people love his name. People love David Johnson. So, uh, I think people, unless Deshaun Jackson proves me wrong, I mean, I don't like him in Philly. I mean, that's the reason why they have Miles Sanders, because Miles Sanders can pretty much be a receiver too, and they drafted Jalen Reagor for a reason.
How much longer do you think he has in the league, or with Philly?
That guy, there's really no telling, because he'll flash. Him and Emmanuel Sanders are like pretty similar, like both just like blazing speed, cut the top off your secondary thing, and then you're like, he's back, baby, and then like he'll drop 3 balls in a row.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like
The
I really
classic,
can't.
he's back, boys.
But I would keep him for sure, because if Wentz starts linking up, they got the vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They got the vision, fam.
They got the vision. Yeah, we'll see. Paris Campbell. I mean, he's just your wide receiver too.
Yeah.
He's kind of just chilling. CeeDee Lamb is my favorite wide receiver out of the draft this year.
Really?
Over Judy and Ruggs. I think he's the best receiver out of that group. It's just he's actually my boom or bust. Like he's like my boom pick for the week. Because with Amari Cooper out,
Yeah.
it's just
I think
Amari
that's why
Cooper is like.
I think that's why I ended up taking him, because everybody was like, "Dude, CeeDee Lamb's gonna be the new guy."
Yeah, it's him and Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup's like really athletic and better than him right now.
Right.
But I like CeeDee Lamb. It's just when I was thinking about who to put in your flex, it's just like, I mean, it's Marquise Brown and Lamar. Like to me, that's way more appealing.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, he's in a good position in Dallas. He's one of those guys where like, if he produces multiple weeks in a row,
He's good.
it's like,
It's time to move him up.
yeah.
Okay.
Gesicki's good unless you want to go look up tight ends that are left over. If one fell through the cracks.
Yeah, let's take a look. I'm done with
that. Man, y'all's league loves some tight ends too.
Dude.
Okay. Well, tight end is a very shallow position in the NFL right now. There's like 5.
Yeah, that's true.
that are good.
Dude, I wish I was out there. Dude, look at my man Taysom Hill right now.
Yeah, the guy that plays like 3 games a year.
Yeah.
Like quarterback, kicker, receiver.
Yeah, holder.
The guy does it all.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody.
I like Gesicki. Gesicki and Goddard's good too, but
is Tua starting for them?
No.
Okay.
Tua's got
he's got like that hip thing, right?
He's got the hip thing going on. From what I read last, unless some news just dropped today, which I'll Google right now, they have Fitzmagic as the starter.
Fitzmagic, huh?
Yeah, I didn't like Tua. I wouldn't draft Tua.
Yeah, cause The Jacoby, who I'm playing, he's got Tua.
Yeah, people are drafting Justin Herbert too, and he's not even the starter for the Chargers. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, my man's got
And there's going to
Tua
be
on there.
people in fantasy that will start Tua this weekend for no reason.
Really?
Like there's just people out there like that. Like I've had plenty of leagues where people just draft people and never look at it again, and it's free wins. Like I hate that. If you're in this league,
Jesus.
please play every weekend. I hate it when people do that. That's like my biggest pet peeve. Like you set the draft up, you draft your team, you play to win. Like don't just trash it.
Well, every Saturday, you and me right here, dude.
Yeah.
Right here. Because I'm not going to know what the fuck to do.
And this is the guy you're playing?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to see.
His team's actually pretty decent. I have Le'Veon Bell. I hope Bell does good. He lost a lot of weight. He looks good.
Is he projected 11? Yeah. So why is my man Young Ho have a 17 plus here?
Because of his name.
Oh, that's true.
Young Ho.
Young Ho, cool.
I literally had this guy named Scott in my league, and he's like, I could take this other guy, but I'm drafting Young Ho because of his name. I'm like,
hell yeah,
and
Young Ho,
dude,
baby.
I think it's pronounced like Young Wee, actually.
Whatever, it's Young Ho to us, dude.
Yeah.
That shit goes
Young
mad hard, bro. Mad hard. Dude, I'm looking at Denver here. Isn't oh my god, I just blanked so hard. Their D end.
Von Miller.
Von Miller. Is he out?
Yeah, he's up for the season. He had to get ankle surgery last night.
Holy shit.
Or 2 days ago. It's really tragic too. Like I really like that guy.
I like Von Miller, bro.
And they don't have Brandon Chubb either, the other linebacker.
Yeah.
So they're like literally 2 linebackers down. That's good that you noticed that. So like say if you have a running back playing against Denver.
Yeah.
There's
Put him up there. Yeah.
There's upside,
Yeah.
like Cleveland's defense. Like I read this morning that their secondary, most of it's not even playing. So they're like, if you have Lamar Jackson or a relevant Raven, should probably play him.
Which we do. We have our relevant Raven right here.
Yeah, and I've been watching his training camp videos. The dude flies.
Really?
Like Tyreek looking fast.
Damn.
Yeah.
For real?
He's a quick dude. He's Antonio Brown's like nephew or something.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
It's like Antonio Brown's like sister's kid or something like that. I don't remember.
What the fuck? Dude, just football in the veins of those people.
All out of South Florida. If you're from South Florida, it's like you're usually an athlete.
Yeah, it's
like
so
everyone
true.
down there is just so athletic.
That's so true, dude. It's crazy.
South Florida or Port St. Joe. Somehow those two places like
I don't understand it, bro. Port St. Joe produces players. I just don't get it. I just don't.
You remember some Wawa?
You remember Rock?
Yeah.
Rock and Roman Quinn, dude. Roman Quinn's with the Phillies. Is he's still with the Phillies, correct?
Yeah, he's a starting center fielder.
Okay, yeah, because I
think he's batting like 8th.
I saw Bryce Harper like shout him out. Oh my god. Hello?
I choked on the water.
Hello? Holy shit. Don't die, bro.
Funny. I wish I was on camera.
Yeah, dude, Roman and Rock. What's Rock doing, do you know?
I'm not really sure. I think he's coaching at that school. But I also got this at B-Dubs the other night.
You bought it there?
Never forget, baby. It came with our beer.
Oh, shit. For real?
Yeah.
And you get to keep it, or did you snag it?
I didn't snag this one.
Okay.
I paid for it.
Smile?
It was like $10.
Worth, dude.
This totally worth. And then, they had Calvin, their cousin that played for the Jets for a while.
Yeah. God, that's so
And then
crazy.
apparently they got like there's like a younger Quinn that's like insanely good too. That's like at the
football
high school
or
right baseball?
Now.
Both. Well, basketball too. They're good at all sports.
It's so crazy. Those guys are so athletic. I've never still to this day, in person, I have never seen somebody as fast as Roman Quinn. I've never seen it in person. Like,
The in person for me, it's Tyreek.
yeah, and that's the thing. I haven't seen that guy, but I remember the day that we played Port St. Joe and we got our shit kicked in.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
that was a spring break trip. And like it was like we were all excited to go down to Orlando. And so we were like, fuck it, let's get this game over with. And they kicked our shit in.
Oh,
And
I wasn't at that game. I already graduated.
you did, that's right. Well, they kicked our shit in, and and Coach Kelly, we were all packing up to get on the bus, and we were walking to actually get on the bus, and Kelly was like, "Whoa, where are y'all going?" And we were like, "Well, we're getting on the bus," and he was like, "No, you're not," and he ran us for 2 hours, bro. After losing that game,
he ran us after the game at St. Joe.
dude,
Like my senior year.
that sucked, bro. That sucked. But I'll never forget. I remember Roman Quinn hitting a missile of a ground ball to third base, and Juan was playing in, and he still beat it out.
Still beat it out.
It's crazy how fast that guy is.
Dude, watching Tyreek Hill run like at the game, but like his sprints they do before the game when he's in shorts and a t-shirt, it's like
Scary.
I don't know how his legs just look like a blur.
Really?
Like his fast twitch muscles are just like I don't even know how to explain it. Like he's just gone. Like I don't know. And when you see him play in real life, he takes like one step and the cornerback just bites incredibly hard.
Really?
Like,
I mean, you almost
yeah.
have to. Like you don't. Yeah. I'd rather get burned under than burned over.
And you have to have like he takes the top off your defense, so like they move far, like super far back, and that's why Kelsey just gets insane targets.
Yeah.
Because he takes the top off, and then Kelsey just goes for like a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it's fire.
Grace, they can see you, so okay.
Yeah.
Just booty shorts on, risking it all.
Are you planning on going to any games this year? Like I saw the stadium yesterday. 2 days ago, whatever day it was, and it was weird, and it was still so loud there.
Yeah.
Even with 20% occupancy. I bet I think it'd be more fun to go with less fans for some reason.
Well, you can hear all the stuff on the field,
and that's what I want. I want to be able to hear those guys.
And the parking's better.
True, dude.
Yep. So you're not in the parking lot for 3 hours because that's happened to me.
Really?
Because whoever built Kansas City's stadium built it just like Arnold's parking lot. One way in, one way out.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not kidding, dude. If you, after the game, you are in that parking lot for 2 hours. And that's like if you're trying to leave. If you're like staying and drinking and stuff, you're probably there like 3, 5, 4 hours.
Holy hell. I've never been to I've never gotten the opportunity to like really tailgate at an NFL game cuz like I mean I guess we kind of tailgated at when we went to go watch Seattle play. But theirs is set up to where, you know, their stadium's in the middle of downtown and there's just tons and tons of bars and restaurants all surrounding it. So like we were walking through there and it was I look back on that now and it was chaotic, like how many people were out and about, like because they closed down the streets, you know, the cops are shutting down streets and all these bars are there until there's thousands of people walking all through there. And like, dude, if you, because they played, that was the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That was the year I went and watched the Eagles play Seattle at home, and Seattle ended up beating them, like their only loss of the season or whatever. And dude, if you were an Eagles fan walking through there, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
It gets brutal.
And Eagles fans are tough too.
Dude,
they're like the worst fans in the NFL.
They are. And dude, it got like some of them I felt bad for. Like like we're talking like a group of two, like a couple, like girl, boy, walking through, just like casually going to see the game, and people are throwing shit at them, like Like, dude, it was ruthless, bro. It was ruthless. I couldn't believe it. But we ended up getting to sit in the Hawk's Nest, which was rad. And for my
That's
first
tight.
game ever, yeah, it was so fucking cool. I would love to go back again, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. Can you even? How do you even? Are all stadiums open at 20%, or is it just like? Was it
I think
just
it's
the
like
Chiefs?
each stadium.
Really?
Like, I think I don't know if it's like per stadium or if it's like NFL rule, because like they also try to make the rule last year that once once kickoff happened,
Mhm.
that you couldn't chill in the parking lot. And Chiefs fans were like, "Yeah, okay," and they
Yeah.
just like didn't abide because the whole experience out there is like, you go to any tent, you can get some food, you can talk to people, like it's a chill, it's a relaxed environment.
Right.
Like me and Devin talked to like an Arizona Cardinals fan
Oh
for like
shit.
for like an hour and like drank with them. This one random like cowboy dude was like found out he'd like just asked if I was military and stuff. I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I live near where you work. You should come down. You should come down and use my swimming pool. We watch some Chiefs games and stuff. And I have his phone number and I just never used it. It's been like 2 years. And that's when Devin came.
Yeah, I
And
saw I saw the meme of you guys drinking the other day as like the reminder.
yeah, that was cool. And then we talked to a Cardinals fan, and this was 2018. So this was pre Kyler Murray,
Mhm.
and it's when they won like 4 games. And this
Damn.
guy was like, "Yeah, I sold my company for an X amount of money, and we just like follow the Cardinals bus, and we go to all their
What?
games." And
Holy hell.
he's like, "I know we're gonna lose, but it's more of like just traveling."
Dude, I would never do that actually. That sounds
Yeah,
miserable. I would
yeah, he just follows their bus. Or
see
follows to where they're going, because I mean they fly too, but the
yeah,
term that they follows them around.
right. God, that sounds terrible. I mean, I guess it depends. I by the way, I just looked up tickets for Seattle and it shows that nothing is available at all. Like
Yeah,
nothing. Is that
people are
because it's already?
pre-buying them.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's because people have already bought them or what?
Yeah,
Damn, that's such a bummer, dude. Even like we spent, I mean, I spent like $400, $450 for 2 tickets to the Hawks Nest, and that was, I mean, that to me was expensive, but I know that these tickets can get so expensive, bro.
yeah, for
So
sure.
crazy expensive. Like, how do I even do this? How do I even make this happen? I'm trying to get. Oh, yeah. What the fuck, dude? This is crazy. You'll never be able. If you didn't get tickets like the day they became available, you're never getting tickets now.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up what Arrowhead's doing.
Are you doing any hunting this year?
No,
Is there a reason why?
just not interested in it. Like everyone I've hunted with was left. Like I don't
Mm,
have any, like they all got orders. So like
you just
I kind
the
of
the 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 love isn't the fire isn't there,
yeah.
and
It's
it's
just it's only fun if you do it with like friends. Like you go out, you're texting each other, screwing around, then like a deer comes by, kill it. You take it to their house. It's
clean
like
it.
yeah, it's like a fun thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I
like a
don't like doing it.
camaraderie thing.
Yeah, I don't like doing it by myself really,
If
and
I,
it's not safe either.
what do you mean? Oh, going solo?
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely can feel
I wear
that.
a harness, so
Fuck yeah, I would too. You still have your deer stand and all that stuff, right?
mm,
What are you gonna end up
yeah.
doing with that when you move out? Sell it or keep it?
Funny story. So we have this thing going on. Is I have a couple of things I could sell,
Huh?
and one of my things I've wanted to do is get $2,000
Huh?
and take it to a casino and put it on red even on the roulette table.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at my deer stand to sell. Like I got a couple guns to sell. I got some random things, and I've always just wanted to walk in and be like, $2,000, red even, and then I get that ×4 payout, dude. If I win $8,000, that'd be ecstatic. So
Would
yeah,
you immediately leave the casino or would you stay? You hit that,
well,
and do you leave immediately for the night or what?
I would leave and go to another one, just because I'd be scared to like.
Right.
Everyone just saw me win,
Yeah.
and I would definitely ask for an escort and everything.
Oh,
So
you can
because I
do
just know.
that?
Yeah, so you can ask to be escorted. Like they have like pit bosses and bodyguards that can walk you to your vehicle.
Oh shit.
Because
For
it's a
real?
common thing to get robbed in the parking lot of a casino. Because
Dude, I didn't know that.
yeah, so
Did
that's what
I
I would do, and I would just go to another one and make sure no one's following us, and then have fun at the next one.
Damn. Did I ever tell you the story of the first casino I ever went to with my brother?
Nah.
My brother took us to a casino out in like near Portland, and they did my brother's a big roulette guy, and the only game I really know is like Texas Hold'em and blackjack.
Yeah.
And so I took out I think I took out like $20, 25 bucks or something like that. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have fun with this $25. If I do it, if I win something, cool. But I'm just gonna have fun with this $25. And I played a couple hands of blackjack. I think I got up to like $50 or something like that. And I walked over to catch up with my brother, and he was standing at this roulette table. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I've seen it. I kind of get the gist of things, but I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, so just like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to bet on this, like just put it on a number or whatever." And I ended up taking the 25 that I had originally pulled out, and I just put it all on, I believe, 21. I'm pretty positive it was 21 because that was my baseball number, so I put it on 21. And the dealer or the guy that was there, the dude that actually puts the ball in and
Yeah.
shit, he had overheard me being like, "It's my first time. I don't know what I'm doing." He overheard my brother explaining everything, and I hit that 21, and
Dang.
dude, and so he was freaking the dealer, I guess you want to call him, whatever he is.
Yeah.
He was freaking the fuck out. He was freaking out more than me. And he was freaking out to a point where two pit bosses came over, and because he started doing the payout without doing there was like a clear little thing that they put on top of the coin, the chips that you put it on that signifies that you won. And he was freaking out. He was paying me out before that went out there, and two pit bosses came through, and they're like, "Hey, do your fucking job. Put whatever that thing was on there." And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And he was like, he just won. This is his first time at a casino. And the pit bosses were like, "Yeah, we don't give a shit. Put the thing on there." And
They don't care, dude.
no, they don't give a. They're pissed seeing people win.
Yeah.
But so I ended up winning that out there. And the day before, bro, I had smashed my iPhone, and I had to go buy another one. Like, I dropped it on a hike, and that money bought me a new iPhone. Like,
Dude, that's so lucky.
dude, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
I took all that money, put it off to the side, and then I kept the original 25, and I got down to like $5 left on the roulette table again, because of course I'm like, dude, I'm gonna keep playing. Like, I just fucking won. Like, I'm the luck of the Irish right now. Let's keep playing. And I ended up losing. I ended up losing that original 25. I ended up taking like 25 more and playing some blackjack for a little bit, going up and then going down, classic. But yeah, I ended up buying a new iPhone off of that, and I was so excited, bro, because I had almost no money at that time, and I was stuck up there. But it was fucking great.
Dude, yeah. Oh wait, my computer just said stream has ended.
What? Oh, I turned off my screen share.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so like my first time going to the casino was last year, and it was so like the reason why I was even out there was we had to do a volunteer duty for NASCAR.
Oh shit!
And
really?
so like, yeah, like NASCAR likes to have like military volunteer and whatever.
You're getting into
And
NASCAR right now, huh?
it's okay.
Okay.
I liked it when I went when it was live, but so like my job was to go and stand right by the fence where they drive
Okay.
and look at the crowd until people stop smoking because people always smoke in the crowd instead of just walking 5 feet. It's all
Oh,
open anyway. I don't know why,
right.
but like, so I wake up at 3:30 in the morning because we had to be out there by 5:30, and it's like an hour drive, and then
Jeez.
we work from 5:30 till 7 o'clock at night. And my buddy was like, he took me to this restaurant out there that was nice, and I bought this T-shirt from Kansas Speedway and it had poker chips on it. I was like, I wonder why it's got poker chips on it though. And he's like, oh, because it's connected to Hollywood Casino. It's right. It's connected to the track. It's right. It's right over there.
Mm.
I was like, oh man, I've never been to a casino. And he slams the brakes and he's like, we're going to the casino because we had the next day off from work.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And like, uh, we go there and I'm like, bro, I don't have like, I wasn't suspecting this. Like, I gotta, get the approval from the commander, I live with, my wife. I was like, he's like, dude, he was like, I got you. He's like, $750, let's get it.
What?
Yeah, and he
He
just
fronted you?
withdraws. He withdraws 750. He doesn't play the entire time. He's like, I just want to see you at a casino for the first time. This is awesome because he's like, he
What?
loves. Yeah, he goes all the time. And I just played blackjack all night. Like, I'd win two hands, go get a drink, come back. Everyone at the table would laugh because they're like, "Oh, back again." I'm like, "Dude, I just won enough to get a drink." Throwing 20, win again, leave, come back, and like they're getting so pissed off. And then we had like, I think, like two. Dude, I must have been playing. When you get in a casino, you lose all track of time.
Dude, it is a fucking hyperbolic chamber, bro. You don't know anything. You don't see any clocks, anything.
It's just mirrors
It's
and
crazy.
and lights and like. And the vibe that night was fun. Like, I don't know why. It was a Sunday night. Like, oh, we watched like the craps table for a while because that's always lit.
Yeah.
Like some guy won like 20 grand on a roll or something like that. Like he was going off.
Damn.
And then like, so we're just having fun. And I don't know how long I must have played blackjack for, and other like just put like the dollar like max bet
Yeah.
computer games.
Yeah.
But we get to the parking lot and it's 3 in the morning.
You're like, holy
And like,
shit.
as soon as you sit in the truck, like I guess it must be air that they pump in casinos, but you sit in the truck and you're like, dude, I'm about to go to sleep. It's like,
Dude, yeah, it's like all that adrenaline's gone.
Yeah,
Like the vibe is gone.
that was my first time. It was a lot of fun.
Casinos are fun, man.
I went 2 months or a month ago.
Yeah.
Like I was like full mask and everything, and they like take your temperature and all that.
Was that weird?
Dude, it was awful. Like we stayed for like 1 hour and then left. It's
Really?
like depressing. Yeah, like no one's going to the casinos.
Damn.
So
That is depressing. I know that it's funny to see and hear about all the different like styles of casinos and shit that people have all over, because
Mhm.
like the casino I ended up going to a bingo hall in Alaska. And in Alaska they do like the max bet that you can do is like $5. Like it is that's like big money. And we were at this bingo hall where they also had like it was like essentially a mini casino, right? But so I was like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna play this roulette. I hear a bunch of people going crazy back there. Let me walk back there. I'll spend $20, whatever. I pull out 20. I'll walk back there, and the roulette table is something that I have never seen in my fucking life. Okay, in the middle of the roulette table, okay, it is a massive roulette thing, massive. Instead of a ball that they put in where you spin it around, in the middle of the table they have a mouse, okay? And the mouse is under, like the things that you cover up your food with in the microwave, those plastic things. So the mouse is underneath inside of that. They are spinning the table fast as fuck with this mouse in the middle, and while it's spinning, you place your bets. You place your bets like
That's
you know.
so messed up.
Dude, listen. And then at the end on every number, there's a big asshole. There's a big asshole. And so when they go, all right, no more bets, no more bets. They lift the lid off the mouse, and then the mouse just sits there, and you have to wait for this thing to run and jump into a hole. And whatever hole it jumps into, that's the one that they. That's like the number, bro. So I was over there, like, so whenever I first walked up there, I ended up being next to this, like, I don't know the proper term for him, but there's a lot of, I think it's Inuit. I don't want to be wrong or whatever it is, whatever the nationality that's from there is. The whole place was full of that, but I ended up walking up to this guy. And because that was like the only spot left, and I can see why. Because this dude was like, "Come on, baby! Come on, baby! Let's go! Come to Papa, baby!" And I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what are we talking about?" And I look and I see this mouse in the middle of this table, perched up on its back hind legs. Like, what's going on, bro? Just spinning around. It was crazy, and I ended up losing all my fucking money, not winning anything. But it was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. I'm pretty positive I still have some pictures of it. I'll some videos of it. I'll send it to you. It is the weirdest thing I have ever experienced in my life. It was crazy. Here it is, bro. I got it right here. Let me see if you can get that. I just texted it to you. I don't know if that's gonna go through, but I just texted it to you.
That's funny.
I think if you scroll through what I just sent you.
Yeah.
And it's the one right after the goat is eating my jacket. You'll see a little goat. Dude, how insane is that? There's just a little mouse in the middle of all this shit, dude. It just in the middle of this table, bro. God, it was so weird, man. I loved it. But the thing they also at the casinos in Alaska, they don't sell any alcohol there because I guess the native people have, like, alcohol does something weird to their body. It's so it like one beer is like 6 beers or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They have some
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they have some kind of like deficiency or some. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I could just be butchering that, but yeah. Crazy. So what are you gonna do with that deer stand? Let me buy it.
I'm probably. I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it.
Are you planning on ever hunting again?
Yeah, I mean, when I move back down, it's just I don't want to do it here.
Really?
It's
Well,
just lame.
we should plan for like a big hunt, like do like a moose or like an elk hunt or a bear hunt or something.
Yeah, I'd be down to do something like that whenever I get out. So
I think that would be so much fun. Are you shooting bow or rifle?
bow.
Good.
I mean, I have a rifle. I don't mind either one.
What kind of bow do you have?
A Diamond SB1 Edge.
That's way nicer than mine, I believe. I'm gonna end up spending some money here in the next, I don't know, a couple months and buying a Matthews or something big. I want a custom one.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's just they cost too much money for me.
They are.
And I don't hunt enough to like convince myself to get one.
Dude,
if I was like doing turkey too, I probably would. But
dude, turkey would be fun to hunt. I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you go about that. Like, do you just like classic sit up against a tree?
That's what my buddy does, and he does the thing where he gets like the turkey feather.
Yeah.
And he puts it in front of him. He crouches behind it, and then like has a decoy out.
Yeah.
And then once a turkey starts attacking the decoy, he like shimmies out behind his feather. And then
what?
Yeah, he shimmies out towards it, and to the turkey, it just looks like another one coming. And then once it gets close, he drops the feather and then pulls back and smokes it, or he shoots it with a pistol.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Yeah, he's got videos of it. It's pretty cool. You
What
can find it on
the hell?
YouTube. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
I
a
gotta
lot of
see this actually.
people do it like pistols and stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Damn, I've never heard of that. I don't know. I'm so deep in bow and into I'm not gonna I can't say bow hunting, but shooting bows right now is I have like a deep obsession right now with wanting to go hunting, because think about it, like, dude, the last time I went on a hunt was with you. Like, you
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
that hunt was in high school, bro. I was a junior, you were a senior, and that I look back on that, and what a fucking shit show that was. God, what a shit show that was. We were out in the middle of nowhere with somehow all these people living out in the woods, and just like dogs barking and people doing coke and just getting weird, and I didn't see shit. I didn't see shit.
and and there's probably like deer out there, but I think it was just like, I don't know what was going on, but that trip was like a meme. Here, I'll send you this video of this guy doing it.
Just tell me what to look up, and I'll pull it up right now.
Extreme close up Alabama turkey hunt, and then skip to like 3:30, because it's just the turkey walking up to him.
Okay. I'm sharing my screen with you too. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, that's the first one. Real
Okay.
tree.
Wait, you know this guy?
I know this video because
Oh, okay.
we watched it at work a bunch. Because my friend Chris like does the same thing.
What? Are you serious? I
So
couldn't
this guy
imagine
uses a
being
rifle.
crouched for this long.
Those are big ones out there too.
What the fuck?
Kansas is like the best turkey hunting place in the world, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. It's like their not migration, it's like super flat land, so there's plenty of like big open field that they go and feed in.
I don't know if my thing is, for my first hunt, I want it to be a big one, you know? Like, I want my first hunt to be like one that is extremely memorable.
Mine was a grind. I went a lot. Like, I had to go a lot. I was feeding. I was buying a bunch of equipment. I was walking in the tree stand probably 3 to 4 times a week, and I finally got one, because
Damn.
it's hard hunting public. And then when I got on private, I went probably 10 times and killed it.
Damn.
It's brutal. Unless you got like a sweet private spot, it's hard.
Dude, is he about... Look how close this guy is right now. Are you serious? Dude, he's gonna blow this thing away. Oh my goodness, bro. He could reach out and touch him. This is insanity. I cannot believe this is a real thing, bro.
It's like he's about to feed him.
I mean, how much closer can Buddy get right now?
Dude, MLG Bush.
What the fuck, bro?
He's about to charge him, yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Dude, that is you sit there for that long, bro? I could never.
Dude, there's
never
people
do
that do that with bow, so you have to drop it and then pull it back and try to hit them too, and they're flying away like that. It's
Holy
hard.
hell.
I've
Yeah.
never gone turkey hunting, but it looks pretty fun.
That is crazy. But yeah, I want my first hunt to be a big one, and I think it'd be cool to share that experience with friends, and you know, go out there for like a week and do some kind of you know, spot and stock, whether it be I think I want elk to be my first one, but I have no problem if someone out there is like, hey man, I got a moose hunt for you if you want to come try it. I would be like, fuck yeah, I'm on the way, bro. I'm on the way.
Yeah,
That's
or
the thing.
there's plenty of just like big whitetail like hunts too, just like whitetail deer. So
that's true. I just I don't know what it is, man. I just I really wanna give one of those a try. It's crazy because I got invited to go on a elk hunt this year with my brother, but I might have my trip that I'm taking already, and then I'm not confident enough yet to like I don't feel confident enough in my skills to go out there, because if I were to A, miss, or B, wound, I would feel awful. Just like wasting somebody's time, somebody's money, like there's so much pressure to in getting invited out to do something like that. Like I'm not confident enough. And like it's crazy. When you were shooting your bow often, what kind of range were you practicing at?
So I would always start at 10 yards to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
I would do like two warm up. It's important to warm up with that stuff because
Right.
your back has to get stronger too. So
Right.
I would like just do some like dry ones.
Okay.
I mean, obviously don't dry fire your bow, but
Right.
take it out, put it back in.
Yeah.
And then I would do like 10 yards. I'd shoot like a couple rounds there, and then I'd scoot back to 20. That'd scoot back to 30. That'd scoot back to 40. That's good. And then 50's pushing it because in real life, I'm not shooting a 40-yard shot. I'm not shooting a 50-yard shot. I'm shooting
Really?
like, if it's 40, it's got to be like that deer is broadside. It's like eating something. It's like a perfect day. There's no wind. Like
Right.
it's got to set up pretty good. Like I'm comfortable like 35 and in. And for me, like I don't use a rangefinder.
Okay.
Like,
So I just bought a rangefinder. Like I literally just got one, and it's made a world of difference.
yeah, so I don't use a rangefinder. Like I'll use it if my buddy's got one, but what I'll do is if I'm around a rangefinder, I'll shoot to what my depth perception thinks is that yardage.
Mm.
And then then I'll click and be
Okay.
like, okay, so you try to set your brain to like, this is what 20 yards looks like.
Right.
And then you get the rangefinder kind of just like as a test answer. Like,
Right.
oh, okay, I was like 3 yards off,
Right.
whatever. Because the dimensions of like 20 feet in the air to ground is different too.
Right.
So 20 feet in the air, 15 yards looks way farther.
Yeah, it does.
And then you gotta like predict, like usually like when you release your bow, no matter how quiet it is, like unless you're extremely close and you got a high powered bow, like those deer will always flinch down.
Right.
Like
because they're going to like pounce.
Yeah, their fast twitch muscles are unreal. Like when they get real close to you, if you ever go bow hunting and see one, it like the definition of their muscles and like the way they move around, they're like deer are like freak. But like so like I think I shot mine from 25 yards out, and it was a button buck too, so it was small.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't really like mess this one up. Like, and then it just passed a tree, and I shot it while it was walking. It was like a really slow walk.
Yeah.
And I just followed it, and I shot like. It's just one of those things like bow hunts, like shooting a bow for me has just been one of those things where I like picked it up and it was like not that hard.
Yeah.
Maybe because like the baseball thing or something, like aiming.
Right.
But I smoked it. It ran like 20 yards and just fell down, and then but yeah, what I was trying to say was like I like that more of a natural feel when you're practicing rather than like, dude, this is exactly 30 yards. So and then you're like your brain's trying to force, like everyone's depth perception is different. You're 6'7", whatever, and I'm 5'9", so our depth perception for length is different.
Is way different, right? Yeah, what you're talking about is what I've been doing too, where I'll just step back. I'll step back a certain amount of yards that based on what I see, and I'll shoot from whatever pin that how many what number of pin system are you running on your?
I just got 3.
Okay, so I run a 5. Mine's a 5 pin, and so I've got like 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 75. But the thing for me is I do that exact same thing where I step back and I'm like, okay, and I'll actually shoot from whatever pin I think it's at, and then I'll confirm based on the rangefinder being
Yeah.
okay, so excuse me. So here's where I'm at. Here's why I'm like either missing down because it's 28 yards and I'm shooting at my 20 and not at my 30 kind of thing. But for me, I know that because I want my first hunt to be so I don't want to go for like a whitetail. I want to do something big, like I said, like moose, elk, bear, something like that. And
Yeah.
from what I've been seeing is that you're not going to be it's going to be a rare day if you're shooting at 30. If you're taking a shot at 30 yards. So like I've been warming up at 20 and then stepping back to 40 and then really trying to be consistent at 50 and 75.
Yeah.
But it is a grind to get good
I just don't
at
have
that
the
range.
gear for that kind of hunt. Like those bows that those guys are shooting to drop, like, well, so my first supervisor was from Montana. So he like grew up shooting elk and like moose and all that. Like moose, like they get really close.
Yeah.
So like he's like you can find one relatively, but like mule deer and elk, like
Deep boys.
they don't get close. So like you have to have a pretty high powered bow. Like I
Yeah.
don't have a bow strong enough for that. But they like my pins are set up like green's pretty much like I should be able to close my eyes and hit this. Like,
Same. I'm the same way. Yeah.
it can float from like 20, 10 warm up, like
Yeah.
around that range. But then like my 30 and 40 are pretty far apart. So like I know that if I'm aiming 40, like I have like room for like some error. Cause if your 30 and 40 is like really close,
Yeah.
that's like 10 yards of error that you don't really have like
Of
buffer
course.
for.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It
So
does.
like,
Yeah.
cause my bow, like shooting 40 plus, like there's a significant difference between mine and like a Hoyt and like a Matthews. Like a Hoyt just like it's like flatlined for like
Just frozen rope all
yeah,
the way
mine's
there.
like doing more of like a loop, kind of
Right.
like a drop thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean that's just like the quality of bow you're buying. So
Yeah.
but
I've noticed
I don't
that
need
with
to
mine at
pierce a
50.
deer. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed that with mine at 50, but I know that when the time comes, so I took this bow over to Cabela's and the guys at Cabela's, dude, I was not expecting the quality of human that I got at Cabela's. The guys there were essentially like, bro, we're here because we love archery, and we're not here for the paycheck. We're here for the discounts.
yeah.
They were the one old dude there was like, listen, like I may not be the richest guy, but I have the best gear based off of my discount. Like I will
Yeah.
always have the best gear because they get like half off. And
Yeah.
and those dudes, I told them like I got invited to go on this hunt next year. So I essentially right now I have a 1 year buffer of really honing this in and really dialing in shooting my bow and getting all the necessary gear together. Now, with that being said, I know without question if next year this hunt comes around, I know I'm going to make mistakes because my biggest thing right now is yes, I can hone in shooting and yes, I can figure all that out. But one thing I can't figure out is buck fever and getting the shakes right as soon as, if I am 30, 40 out from a massive animal to be able to, really focus up and dial that back. And I don't know what kind of training I should be doing to prepare for something like that. If it's just like go running, like do like a bunch of sprints, come back, and then actually full draw back and try and take some shots from a decent yardage. But yeah, I know that when the time comes for that, I'm gonna end up buying a new bow. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to because I don't know what this is at, but I know like my draw weight's at like 70 on this, and the guys up there were like, dude, you need a minimum of 75. Like you might be able to get away if you're close, but like you're talking about, an average shot out there is going to be 50 to 100. I'm like, dude, 100-yard shot sounds scary, bro.
Yeah, that's extremely far.
I don't think I take that. I don't think I ever take a 100-yard shot. I think I'm a 50-yard kind of guy.
That's why most of those hunts, like a lot of people just use rifles.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
it's so like.
Well, my brother and my pop, they're going on a mule deer and / elk hunt in November, and they're taking rifles, and they are zeroing their rifles for 260.
Yeah.
Zeroing at 260. Like holy shit, bro. Like that
Yeah,
is insane.
because they don't have the chance. Because I don't know, are they like walking around or is it like sitting?
I'm almost positive it's a spot and stock kind of similar thing, like
Yeah.
kind of walking around and hiking around. But I talk to my dad, and my dad's like, "Pff, I ain't leaving the fucking truck. My dad's like, I'm just gonna sit in the back of the tailgate and see what happens. I'm like, okay, all
Yeah,
right,
because
dude.
I didn't know. I was like, okay, Jim doing a
Dude,
hiking
the
hunt
guy
after what's happened to him.
the
I'm like,
guy
dang.
needs 2 knee surgeries. He put
Yeah.
off the knee surgeries for this hunt. And we're talking about, dude, you're in Montana, bro. Like,
Yeah, nothing's flat there.
yeah, when he told me he was going on this hunt, I'm like, how are you going on this hunt? How are you going to make this happen? This is crazy. But
Yeah, I guess they're gonna do like a spot, like a food plot kind of thing.
yeah,
Because if they're zeroing at 270, that means that like they're taking into account of like just sitting and hoping that they hit something from that far away.
that's what I'm thinking too. But think about that, 200 yards, and dude, that's 2 football fields.
And like the bow hunting too, like my supervisor was saying like you better get used to shooting in the wind if you're going up there. Like Montana is like,
Super windy.
yeah, I'd be nervous doing that too. That's like experienced shooter kind of stuff. But
Yeah, it's terrible.
that's why like
My biggest fear is I mean, I want to be prepared for anything, but I know that right now my biggest fear will be the actual hikes. Like the actual, cuz you're talking about full day, full pack hikes. And then
yeah, roll an ankle, you're screwed.
dude, and
Stuff like that.
like and it's also crazy because I am so new at this, is like I don't have you're looking at what I have right now, my bow. I have a bow,
Yeah.
and I just got a Sitka bino little pack.
Dang, big spender.
Dude, I'm on the Sitka life, bro.
That's the best one.
Dude, I'm all about the Sitka gear, bro. And I know that was what I was getting to, is I know that if an opportunity comes, which it will, it's just a matter of time, that I'm gonna spend at least $1,000 in camo, packs, and I mean that I'd probably spend $1,000 in Sitka gear just on pants, shirt, hoodie, backpack. I'd probably spend $1,000 right there. But it's what I want, and then I don't have boots, bro. Like I don't have anything. Like I literally have nothing. So like everything I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna have to like, I gotta really like watch YouTube videos and like, all right, here's what these people are taking for their hunts and all kinds of like I don't know what to fucking do.
Dude, I have like my camo is like Frankenstein. It's like I have like Under Armour bibs.
Yeah, is
Under
bibs
Armour.
common? Is that what a lot of people rock as bibs?
In the winter, I wear that just because it's crazy comfy, and you can layer up your legs more because the bibs are like just like coveralls.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll wear like early season, I'd wear like I have like light Under Armour camo pants.
Yeah.
Kind of like yeah, just like a light kind, and then just like I have like a real tree quarter zip up long sleeve.
Yeah.
And then like a neck guard because like early season mosquito.
Fuck, that would kill me.
And I hunt right by like a little creek, so like they live there. And
yeah.
I got this thing changed my life. It was the I'm blanking on it. It's a silent heater that like gives off no scent mosquito repellent.
Oh,
you can just
shit.
You can hang it on your tree, and
yeah,
dude,
life
that
changer.
saved my life. Yes, it saved my life. I don't care if people are like, "Well, the deer can smell it." I'm like, dude, I doubt it. But anyway,
whatever.
I
don't care. There's no mosquitoes in my ear, because that's the biggest one, is when they're in your ear, bro. Have you ever drawn back and then right as you're about to shoot, something comes fucking flying? God, bro, that kills me. That kills me inside. Holy shit, I hate that so much.
Or then your forehead starts itching or something.
Dude, I hate it. Oh my god.
The craziest insect thing I have was like walking out to my stand last year and like this like the biggest spider I've ever seen. It's living under my tree. There's like a hole in the ground, and this thing had to be like I mean, everyone says like the size of your hand for like
Right.
being relative, but this thing was like the size of my hand. It was
Holy
this
shit.
big old brown wolf spider,
Nah,
and
bro.
it was halfway up my tree. And I was shining, so I try to like use my red light when I'm
Okay.
walking out, so it doesn't reflect as much. And I was just
Okay.
like flicking it up and down, and it was even scarier because it was a red light. So I shine a
Yeah.
red light, and there's this freaking Halloween decoration on my tree, and then
Dude.
it was so big when it hit the ground, I heard it go like boom, and then and
You
then
could
back in the
hear,
hole. It's like
dude.
bruh,
Nah.
bruh, and
Nah,
then
bro.
because it's already like 5 in the morning
Yeah.
and it's pitch black, and you just hear coyotes yelling, and then you see that thing,
Dude.
and I'm like, today's not the day. And I just like keep going. I sit up there, yeah, but it's a
Dude.
grind like for whitetail. Like I've gone so many times, like it's not even funny. Just go there and watch squirrels.
Really? See
Yeah.
that is that I know that that's a part of hunting. Like that's why they call it hunting and not
Yeah.
shooting. Like
That's why I'm a fishing guy first. I like fishing because it's more fun. You can be
really?
loud.
Yeah,
It's more creative.
you can be loud, that's for sure. But
It's like
that's a fear
it's
of
not
mine
cold.
is spending the money and to get out there and get skunked. Like and
Yeah,
I
it's
know
gonna
that's
happen.
I know that's such a big part of it. That's why I don't know, like I don't
You're
know
gonna
if
quit like 5 times.
yeah,
There's so
yeah.
many days where I'm like, dude, I'm selling my gear. And then the next day I'm like, all right, strap back up. And then you gotta go through the whole grind of like hunting's like a legitimate grind, and I do like the lazy like whitetail hunting, like the mule elk stuff. That stuff's crazy to me. Like actually hiking, because you gotta wash all your clothes with no scent. You gotta no scent in your scent lock bag. You gotta like no scent in your shower. Then you
Like
gotta no
this is
scent
all
at the bottom of your boots, and then you gotta like make sure you don't bring your clothes in the house, because if someone's cooking dinner, the scent gets on that immediately, and then you have to wash it again. Dude, it's like
I didn't even
it's
think
a
about
grind.
all that.
Dude, it's a
I forgot like that's why my pop always just stored his shit outside in like a box.
yeah, descenting your stuff is the biggest pain. Like what I did was I got all my hunting clothes, I washed it in a decent uh detergent, and then I have like a little like thing of patch of woods behind my house,
Yeah.
and I walked into the woods so like people couldn't see it and steal my stuff, but like brought my box out there in the middle,
Yeah.
got all my clothes, hung them on tree limbs,
Holy
and
shit.
let it rain on it, let the sun dry it, the wind, let nature do its thing, and then I just took it off the limbs on like a real hot day when I knew it got dried,
Yeah.
and then bought the earth scent wafers,
Yeah.
put it in my bag, closed it, and then and that's what I used for the season. But
Damn.
early season it sucks because you sweat. So
Yeah, that's been another big fear of mine too is like, okay, I don't want to buy the wrong gear in the sense of I don't want to buy like heavy shit expecting cold and then I get out there and it's semi warm and I don't have that backup set and I'm just sweat cuz dude, I'm going to sweat my ass off if it's
dude,
like
my
dude,
experience, more is more.
really?
Like I've I've much rather this is the coldest I've ever been. It was December of 2018. Me and my friend go out. It's the same kind of setup as like your dad's place. Like you walk through like a couple like meth trailers, and then there's like a trail through like a couple of broken down cars, and then you're in your tree stand by like a cow field. So then like we I get there, the temperature said 9 degrees. The real feel was -3.
Oh,
And guess who
dude.
forgot their gloves?
Holy
Me.
shit, dude.
So I go out there, I'm walking, and of course this horse follows me all the way to my stand, because there's a horse field too amongst all
Mm.
these trailers. I don't know what was going on. Then I stand out there and I grabbed that first rung on the ladder, and it was over. My hands never came back. Like
Really?
they swell up real big. They got purple.
Holy hell.
My middle finger was getting like it was my left middle finger. It was getting huge, and I was like trying to do like quiet, like up down, like
Yeah.
squatting my knees to get the blood flowing. Cause I haven't been. You get so like I got so cold that like I could feel my like body like protecting itself. Like I was losing my hand, then I started losing it up to my forearm, and then I started losing it up to like my shins and my knees. Like my heart was trying to like. It was insane. So like after like an hour, and I couldn't text because
Yeah.
I lost all motor skill.
Right.
So like I climb out the stand and I walk back to the car and my buddy's already in there with the heat running.
Really? He said fuck that too?
Yeah, he's like, I was just gonna let you do your thing, but I was done. I was like, yeah, me too. And like
Damn, it was that cold. Dude, I've never experienced that cold.
that's the coldest I've ever been. And like I've like he had to get out of his car and like take the bow out of my hand, open the door for me, put the bow in. I couldn't move it was like I was paralyzed. And then I sat in the car for like about 30 minutes and started getting my fingers back. But
Holy
for me,
shit.
that's a learning lesson is if you know it's going to be cold or somewhat cold, like
Overpack.
overpack.
Yeah.
Because you can always just take that off, tie it to your bag, and just keep going if you're too hot. Like,
Damn.
yeah.
That's terrifying for me because
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what I would do in either situation if I got. I mean, obviously getting hot. I think getting hot is the easiest route to be able to fix, but getting cold is like the most difficult one.
You're done, you'll die.
That's so scary.
If you get hot, just stop moving
yeah.
and take clothes off and drink some water. Like,
Right.
you get too cold, like, it
Fuck.
doesn't come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's the human body made sweating to fight heat. They didn't invent anything else to fight cold
Right.
besides some like leg hair and hair on your head or something.
Yeah, but even that doesn't do shit.
Yeah, it does absolutely nothing.
God,
So
that is a such a big fear of mine. What are you doing in the tree stand while you're hanging out there for hours on end? Are you just on your phone and shit until you start hearing something?
Yeah, play some Clash of Clans, play some. You gotta put your phone on all the way low brightness,
Yeah.
and I don't get on it until the sun rises, because
Okay.
like you'll be, phone screen out there,
Yeah.
and sun will come up. Usually that's like prime time. You'll hear some move around. It won't come out for some reason, maybe the wind, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I just get on my phone. It's usually football season.
Yeah, that's true because it's right
So
around
I'll
this
look
time.
I'll look at scores, fantasy stuff, and then Clash of Clans.
And then hope you see a deer.
I hope I hear something move, and then put it in my pocket. Because last time when I shot it, I was on my phone, and this is a crazy story. But I go to my tree stand. It's opening day, and it's super hot. And I'm up in my tree stand. I got like my mosquito thing going. I'm thinking about a bunch of other stuff. And I'm up there. I'm like, holy crap! I didn't buy. It was an evening hunt too, and because that morning hunt I didn't, and it failed. And I was pissed off. And Grace and I went to B-Dubs. I went in my hunting gear. I didn't care. I was like eating. I had like
Fuck this, I'm
B-Dubs smell all
selling
over
this
me and
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell asleep and I woke up and I was like, it's like 4 o'clock. I should go out there. I don't even care if I smell like hot wings. So I went out there, climbed up my tree stand, and I set my bow on my hook and everything. Get on my phone and I'm like, holy crap, I didn't buy my tags yet. So like, and as soon as you sit in a tree stand with any kind of weapon, you better have tags.
Right.
Because they don't care, because that's an intent to kill. So
Yeah.
unless you're up there with just like a camera and you just like a nature kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I get up there, I order it on my phone.
How much does a tag cost? I don't even know.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I ordered my tags, put my phone back in my pocket, deer walks straight out. Like as soon as I bought my tags, I shoot it, I find it, and then I notch it online, and then the game warden calls me And he's like, "You're telling me you bought tags and killed this deer 15 minutes later?" I was like,
Oh
"Yes, sir."
shit.
Yeah. And he was like, "I'm not trying to get you in trouble or nothing. We're just trying to learn our new system. So, like, if you're being honest with me, it would help us know that, like, maybe it's the computer that's not updating it right, or it's the app or something." I'm like, "Nope, not falling for that trap." I
No.
shot the deer, and
Yeah.
15 minutes later, or I bought the tag, and then 15 minutes later, I notched it because I killed it as soon as I bought the tag. He's like, "Man, craziest story I ever heard." I'm like, "It
It
is.
is,
It sure
bro.
is." Because for the guys that might listen to this, like, if you want to hunt, like, the game wardens have more power than normal cops.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so they're like, obviously they're not going to come in and do like a drug raid,
Right.
but their probable cause is just, I think that guy has an illegal uh kill in his house, and that's all they need to go to the judge
Oh shit.
and get approval. So you get caught killing a deer illegally, they'll take your bow, they take your hunting equipment, they take your truck, because your truck counts as a moving uh like a moving thing for the illegal kill.
Right.
They'll,
Transport?
like, yeah, illegal transport, that uh they'll see who's been hunting with you lately. They'll go to their private property. They can dig up, if it's like your house, they can, like, go in your house, look in your cooler, your fridge. They can try to find, like, stuff you've buried.
Holy
Uh
shit.
yeah, they can bring your house down. So that's why I was like, "Oh crap, I gotta buy my stuff." And then Missouri had the I'd have to look it up real quick while I tell the story, but uh Missouri had the biggest poaching record last year. They found this dude with, like, just a ton of illegal deer kills.
Really?
Yeah.
I know my pop told me a story about when he was living up in Washington, and he was doing a bunch of elk and deer hunting up there for a very long time, and he said he was so poor he couldn't afford tags, and so he was just shooting them, and he said the game warden came by one day after one of his kills and was cleaning a deer on one side of the property that he was at. I can't remember what it was, but anyways, he said the cat that he had at the house gave away his other deer. He had another deer that he
Oh
had
man.
just cleaned, and because he at that time he was using that meat literally to survive. Like he had no money,
Yeah.
and so all the meat that he was getting was like for the next year and a half, like, and that was what he ate every day. Like this was at a point in time where my dad was like, dude, if at the end of the month, if at the end of the month I had enough money to afford a jar of peanut butter, it was like an incredible month for him. And
Yeah.
so he said like his cat that he had at the house was like meowing and like going crazy, and so the game warden ended up walking around there and seeing this cat sitting on top of a cooler meowing at this other hanging deer that he had. And he was like, "What do we got going on here?" And he ended up checking his cooler and all this other shit. And my dad was like, "Dude, he said he had to go and ask for a raise at work or to get fronted on like a month of salary so he could pay for the ticket that they get." He was like, "I'm lucky I didn't go to jail. Like I was just a kid, and the game warden there cut me some slack because I guess he had found out that he had known like this guy's got no fucking money, like, and this is like actually his way of life kind of thing." But yeah, I'll never forget that story. So that's wild to hear
That's
the
crazy.
how much power those guys actually have, like what you can actually do. Because he just walked into his house after that. He just walked right
Yeah,
in and was like,
you can
"Okay,
just
well I'm
walk
going
in. You
in."
don't need a I don't know if they need a permit, but the guy I was talking about, this happened in 2018. He was they found over 200 they found over 230 charges of illegal deer kills over multiple states at this guy's house, and his family was contributing it too. So they sentenced him to a year in prison and $150,000 fine, and he's like banned from hunting. And they made him watch Bambi once a month while he was in.
Dude, what do you need? Why do you need to kill that many animals, bro?
I don't know. I guess they were selling hide. I don't
what
know.
the
But
fuck, man?
it happened in Springfield, Missouri. And fun fact, Springfield, Missouri is the first Bass Pro Shop ever made.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
For
And,
me, I want to go on a hunt solely just to have meat. Like, I want to be able to fill up
Yeah.
a freezer and not have to worry about going to the store, like meat wise, unless it's like chicken or whatever, or turkey. But
dude, I killed that button buck, and it sounds bad, but like, the younger they are, the better it is.
that's what
It's like,
I've heard. Yeah.
I felt bad shooting it.
How much meat? How many pounds of meat do you think you got off? Like, what did that deer weigh out to, and how much meat did you end up keeping?
I didn't end up weighing it, but dude, I like just that button buck. I mean, I was able to get like, I mean, Grace, what we probably ate off that deer for a few months, like just
Really?
having deer, because we made she makes really good stew
Yeah.
with it, like a crock pot kind of thing, and then uh just like I couldn't imagine dropping like a 200-pound deer.
Yeah.
Like the
we're
size of those things, like it's gigantic.
like my pop. The only thing I really know for certain that I can go off of is stories of people that have told me shit that are close to me. So like my brother and my dad, they've hunted. I mean, they hunted their entire lives. So it's like to hear them talking about taking down a 1,000 to 1,500 pound elk in Montana.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Like, dude, we're talking. He's like, dude, we're talking. You're getting 300 to 500 pounds of meat off this animal, even more sometimes, like even way more. So like, how in like imagine having 500 pounds of meat. Like, you have to buy another freezer. Like, you have to buy a freezer, and
Yeah.
and that's one of the things too. I was telling my dad, because I was like, when I was just recently at home, I was like, I'm gonna buy a 5-pound tenderloin of elk tenderloin, and it was like $300 or something like that, or like $400. And I was like, Pop, you think I should buy this? Do you think $400 is too expensive for an elk tenderloin? And he goes, James, I've got $1,000 in gear for this elk hunt, and we haven't even left. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's like, dude, plus with how much it's going to cost me to ship it back and all the other necessities that I may need before, like, last minute, like, he's like, you should definitely buy that. like we're talking, dude, I haven't even left yet. Crazy.
Well, so I don't know if you want to edit this part, because I'd like to jump back into like start of the week,
Yeah,
week
let's go.
for the whole league.
Yeah, let's go.
So I would like to do like my picks for starts of the week.
Okay.
And like sleepers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
lay
like
it
I
on me.
said, you have CD Lamb, but
Yes.
for the rest of the guys out there that are playing other leagues, I think CD Lamb will be my sleeper pick of the week. Like, I think he'll go off. Doesn't mean you have to start him.
Right.
Sit of the week, I would definitely say Leonard Fournette. If you have Leonard Fournette, I think with him signing so late, he doesn't know the playbook, and he's in like a multiple running back committee. If he goes off, he goes out, he goes off. And my big start of the week is Raheem Mostert. He's the running back for the 49ers. He's in a committee backfield, but I think that guy's really, really good. And he's playing against the Arizona this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And Arizona's defense is pretty awful. So that's kind of like sleeper bust start. Also, for people that are like into contract stuff, say if you have a guy that's, worried about if they're going to get signed or not. Like Alvin Kamara just signed his 5-year contract extension.
Yeah, he did.
So he's running the ball happy. If you have Cooper Kupp just signed 3 years. and Dalvin Cook just signed too.
Yeah.
So all those guys that took them like ended up being good. For my injury stuff, right now, like I said, like Mike Evans, he got soft tissue. Carson Wentz has recovered from his dings. The trickiest one for me personally, and for other people, like I have Miles Sanders. He's got that crazy hamstring issue problem, or that problem right now. If you drafted him to play him,
Right.
so it's hard for me to sit Miles Sanders unless you have a backup on your bench that you could see against a good to have a good day against. But that's pretty much it for that. That for the league wide stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just edit that in however you want to.
Nah,
So.
we let this ride, dude. We don't do any editing. And the reason I don't, the reason why I don't do any editing is because I mean we're almost 2 hours in, and for me to render that 2 hours would be to edit and re-render would take me 6 hours. I'm not fucking doing it.
We're doing this live.
Yeah, I mean that's everything that you ever see on here is almost never edited, and no one's gonna know, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not.
I feel bad for because like the listener, because I'm like I don't know if they care about like the fantasy going to like casino then hunting and then
well see that's the beauty of this, man. That's the beauty of podcasting. That's the beauty of all this. Like I love this shit. This to me is like it's cool to go in with bullet points as though like we originally started this to talk about fantasy, and because I'm so new and I don't know anything, and you've got a lot of experience under your belt, and also it's informative to a bunch of other people, but also at the same time, I don't want this to be a just fantasy podcast. Like I want to be able to chat about this shit, like talking about the random stuff. I think it's a great like break, but also still fun to chat and not be just so deep. Like I'm not claiming that I'm any form of sports analyst. I'm also not a hunter. I'm also not a fucking top tier gambler. Like, dude, I'm just here to chat with you about whatever happens to come up. And for me, that's what makes me happy. And I liked it. But with that being said, we are at 2 hours, and I think it's time that we end this. So
awesome.
I think it was very successful. Yeah, I think I really enjoyed this. Right now we're planning on doing this every Saturday, correct?
Yeah.
Every Saturday, unless something with your work comes up. For me, this is my work, so I'm always here. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you come back next Saturday. Obviously, I do a podcast every so often, regardless, but this in particular, talking about fantasy football, will definitely be every Saturday. Yeah. And whatever the fuck else comes up during this time, maybe we'll start doing drinks or something like that. Start doing some drinking on these days.
And if and most people watching this know me in Discord, so feel free to ask me questions about this because I actually enjoy it. So.
Yeah, you do. I know we FaceTimed while I was hiking. We FaceTimed while I was hiking, and you were getting deep in it, where we were like, "Yo, we should save this for the podcast. You should stop talking."
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, listen, dude, I really enjoyed it. Again, next Saturday, you and I will be back on here, popping off again, chatting, and who knows where it'll lead us. So, all right, awesome, man. All right, dude. Well, thanks, everybody. I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Peace.